Greetings fellow Taoists. As the great immortal sage of YouTube recommendations, I bring to you best manhwa or manhwa recommendation for beginners. So, without further ado, let me unleash my heaven-splitting, mountain-shattering technique I call. Let's dive right into this. First up, we have Regressor of the Fallen Family. This manhwa may have a familiar regression theme, but trust me, it's worth every page turn. Our protagonist Logan was once the disgrace of his family, even trying to poison his genius younger brother. After wandering aimlessly outside his family's territory, he realizes his mistakes, but it was too late. His family has fallen, and his brother has been executed. Fueled by rage, Logan seeks revenge but ends up dead. However, fate gives him a second chance, and he regresses to the past before his betrayal. This story is a gripping journey of redemption and revenge. Don't miss it. Next on our list is Full-Time Swordsman, where video games and reality collide in the most epic way possible. Meet Lin Jichen, the top player in Dao Realm and the best practitioner of the 8 worlds. Life was pretty great until his girlfriend and sworn brother stabbed him in the back. Literally. But fear not. He gets a second and fiercely embraces the sword, cutting down his enemies and rewriting his fate with it. This manhwa is like your favorite dungeon crawler, but with a serious cultivation twist. If you're a fan of epic sword fights and high-stakes action, don't sleep on this one. Next on the list is White Dragon Duke, Pendragon. This manhwa follows Raven Vault, the second son of a disgraced noble family, sent to fight monsters with the notorious Raksha Corps. After surviving 10 brutal years, Raven dies on his final mission but is reborn as Aaron Pendragon, heir to the Pendragon Duchy. Now with his second chance, he must navigate the treacherous world of nobility and monsters. This is hands down one of the best kingdom-building manhwa out there. Next up is Boundless Necromancer. Picture this. Earth is invaded by dungeons and monsters, and our MC loses his parents to the chaos. Fueled by vengeance, he dedicates 7 grueling years to becoming a hunter. Just when it seems like all hope is lost, he's pulled into the Tower of Trials, a place where only the strongest survive. What follows is a relentless grind for power, with stunning artwork to keep you glued to every page. Next, we have Academy's genius Swordmaster. It introduces us to Ronin, who lived a life filled with regret. At the end of his futile existence on a battlefield, he gets a second chance and regresses to his 10-year-old self. Determined to change his fate, he enrolls in an imperial academy and uncovers conspiracies that ruined his previous life. With stunning artwork and mind-blowing plot twists, this manhwa will keep you hooked. Next, we have the Reborn young lord is an assassin. Our MC Cyan Vert, illegitimate son of the Duke and the Empire's greatest assassin, is betrayed by his brother, who he's been a loyal slave to. But just before the fatal blow strikes his throat, bam, he wakes up as a kid again. This time, he's not about to play second fiddle to anyone. With revenge on his mind and a second chance at life, Cyan is out to rewrite his destiny. If you're a fan of reincarnation and revenge, this fresh manhwa should be at the top of your list. Up next is Moonslayer. If you're a fan of MMORPGs, you're going to love this one. Our MC's brother disappears while playing a game, and after 2 years of searching, he discovers a way to dive into the game himself. But instead of a hero's welcome, he's stuck as a skeleton, unable to log out, trapped in a map full of overpowered bosses. This manhwa is an adrenaline rush with top-tier artwork. The Indomitable Martial King tells the tale of the great mage Reifenhart, deemed a demon king for aiding otherworldly species. He is ultimately defeated by the Martial King Teslan but casts a last resort spell to regress to the past. Now, as the younger Martial King Teslan, he must navigate a world filled with intrigue and conflict. With an intriguing plot and stunning artwork, this manhwa is a captivating read. Third, we have childhood friend of the Zenith, a tale of betrayal, regret, and second chances in the ruthless Murim world. Gu Yongchun once walked the dark path as a demonic human under the heavenly demon's command, committing countless evils. But regret gnaws at him, and when the great Orthodox demon war ends, he's captured by the Orthodox forces, paying for his sins with his life. Or so he thought. Suddenly, Gu Yongchun is thrown back to his past, to the moment he first met Waisiola, the very person who cut down the heavenly demon. This time, he's determined to live a quiet life, but fate has other plans. His past demons start to close in one by one. If you're a Murim enthusiast who loves stories of redemption and a bit of tragic romance, this manhwa will pull you right in. Just a heads up, the artwork may not blow you away, but the story definitely will. In Return of the Unrivaled Spear Knight, our main character is the only spear-wielding knight in history. Known as the Spear God, he fought ruthlessly to make his friend, Prince Ragnar, the king. But after the victory, Ragnar betrays him. On his deathbed, he wishes for revenge and regresses to the past. Armed with future knowledge, he sets out to right his wrongs. This manhwa boasts incredible character development and breathtaking artwork. Then there's Return of the Mount Hua Sect. Most martial artists see dying in battle as an honor, but not Chung Myung, the Sword Saint. He dies in battle only to rise again a century later in the body of a child. When he returns to the Mount Hua Sect, he finds it in ruin far from its former glory. Determined to restore it, he embarks on a journey filled with challenges and nostalgia. The art is crazy and the story is even crazier. A must-read for Murim manhwa fans. Coming next, we have the Max Level Player's 100th Regression. This manhwa follows our main character's 100th regression after suddenly being drawn into a death game with 20 levels. Thanks to the newbie gift, he got a trait which allowed him to regress 100 times, and now it is his final regression. This manhwa is an incredible addition to both the Regression troupe and dungeon-based manhwa with its clever fusion of the genres, making it really addicting with each of its chapters. For all you solo leveling fans, the lone SSS-Class summoner is a new gem. Zhang Zhe awakens with an SSS-Class summoning talent in a world invaded by demons. Instead of flaunting his power, he hides it and grows in secret. This manhwa nails it with plot, storyline, and artwork, making it a must-read. The beginning after the end is a hidden gem you don't want to miss. The story follows a powerful king who spent his life fighting for his country. After being assassinated in his sleep, he reincarnates in a new world with incredible magic power and swordsmanship. Now he's determined to live a fulfilling life. This manhwa is packed with action, adventure, and beautiful artwork. Next, we have Magic Emperor. Once the Demon Emperor, Zhuo Yifan is betrayed and reincarnated into the body of a lowly servant. Bound by fate to a young lady from a declining family, he's determined to rebuild and rise again. This series dives deep into psychological warfare, strategy, and the complexities of power. If you're into mind games and character development, this is the one for you. Next, let's talk about the Book of Abyss. What if the world around you started to mimic the plot of a novel you just finished? That's the nightmare Chong Ting finds himself in. After wrapping up an apocalyptic book, he realizes the world is literally transforming. Skyscrapers vanish, monsters emerge, and chaos ensues. Armed with his knowledge of the novel, Chong Ting gains special abilities and dives headfirst into the madness, determined to uncover the secrets of the abyssal seeds. This one's a wild ride from start to finish, and trust me, it'll keep you glued to every page. Next, we have The Lord's Coins Aren't Decreasing. Meet Aaron Steelguard, a cunning and intelligent protagonist who travels back in time to protect his family and grow stronger. His overpowered abilities revolve around world-to-world trade, involving martial arts, sorcery, and magic. Aaron's ability to take revenge on people from other worlds without being there is truly fascinating. The artwork complements the narrative perfectly, making this a must-read. Next, we have Invincible After Shocking My Empress Wife. Our protagonist Ning Tian gets reborn in a fantasy world as the waste of the demonic sect, only to find out that he is about to be wedded to Empress of his sect. What a lucky bastard. Imagine suffering on Earth to be reincarnated as the husband of the most powerful boss in Murim. Even though his current body is weak and unable to cultivate, fear not. His system is ready to step in and help him shock his way to the top. This manhwa is pure fun, with a great mix of humor, action, and those all-important shocking moments. System lovers, this one's a treat. Moving on, we've got the Divine Twilight's return. Slaying gods and demons might sound like a dream job, but for Lee Chong-sian, it lands him on trial for his celestial crimes. Sentenced to death, he's offered a second chance by none other than Thanatos, the god of death. The catch? He's got to play by some pretty strict rules back on Earth and slay gods once more. This manhwa is a wild mix of humor, intense battles, and deep character arcs. If you love stories where the hero gets a do-over, this one's for you. Ever wondered what happens when a civil engineering student wakes up in a fantasy novel? The world's best engineer answers that. Suho Kim finds himself in the body of Lloyd Frontera, a lazy noble drowning in debt. Using his engineering knowledge, Suho designs inventions to avoid a grim future. This manhwa is hilarious and inventive, perfect for a good laugh and an intriguing plot. Now let's talk about Return of the Crazy Demon. Izaha, a martial arts maniac, steals the demon cult leader's heavenly pearl, falls off a cliff, and wakes up years earlier, back to his days as a lowly waiter. But will he stay sane this time around? Or will he go even crazier? This manhwa is a wild ride of humor, action, and non-stop insanity. Perfect for those who like their action with a side of laughs. Damn Reincarnation features the reincarnation of the dumbest yet most loyal member of a hero's party. After dying in the final battle, he reincarnates as a descendant of the hero. Shockingly, he discovers that his companions made peace with the demons instead of defeating them. Determined to seize the second chance, he sets out to become stronger than the hero. This underrated manhwa combines a fresh storyline with fantastic artwork. Last but not least, we have the Swordmaster's youngest son. Jean Rukandle, overshadowed by his siblings, turns to magic after being exiled. Tragically, he meets his end but is given a second chance, returning to his childhood with memories of his past life. Determined to become the greatest Swordmaster, Jean embarks on an epic journey. This manhwa is a masterpiece, with likable characters and jaw-dropping fight scenes. That's it for my top 10 best manhwa set in the medieval era. If you're a fan of epic battles, magic, and incredible character journeys, be sure to check these out. Let me know in the comments which one you're most excited to read.